Oh, okay. My bad.
Have you not learned the format by now? 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Can you sound more excited?
Hey.
1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back to Samahla Says,
where we say a lot of things. I'm Sam.
I'm Ahla.
And today...
I just emulated it.
And today... Cut it out. And today...
We say...
We're 26 and we want to reflect on it. I feel like 26 is... You're over the hill in terms of your 20s, right? Like this is the steady... Like we're working towards 30.
Right.
And that is exciting and overwhelming. So I'm hoping this check-in could be a little bit of like an introspective, like look into where we thought we'd be at this age, where we currently are at this age, and how different things impact why we feel the way that we do about where we're at, I guess. 26 is like the most boring year so far. I don't know about you.
No, it's not boring for me.
Okay. Your early 20s, you're still young. You're still like making bad choices. You're still learning from them. You're still growing and developing. Mm-hmm. You're trying to make advancements in your educational career, your professional career, your personal lives. And then you hit a space where you're like kind of, hopefully, you're steady in like where you are. And that's boring to me. I feel like I'm hitting a plateau.
Okay.
In terms of like excitement and like ways to like advance myself.
Okay. That's
because everything feels good and I'm very like happy and proud and privileged to be able to say that.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like I'm plateauing a little bit. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's why 26 has been a little boring.
Mm-hmm. And you just turned 20 because your birthday's in October.
Yeah.
So you've only been 26 for like, I don't know,
6, 7 months.
Yeah, so you're in the middle. I'm like about to turn 27.
Yeah.
So it's
wow, please, elder, please give me more wisdom. Shed wisdom on me. Why do you feel like 26 is an exciting year for you?
I think it's because of like the thoughts of like what could be. And I feel like just because of the nature of my like kind of like the way I just move. Yeah. I feel like I just end up falling into things or meeting different people or experiencing new things all the time that just keeps me on my toes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know if that's how everyone feels, but that's how I feel all the time. I literally wake up sometimes just laughing. Or I wake up like, let's see what's gonna happen today.
Okay. You waking up laughing sounds a little
weird.
Scary.
26 was fun. Like, I mean, I started working as a hospital nurse. I finished paying off my car.
Girl.
Yeah, that was cool.
I definitely saw myself being like super adulty at 26. But now being 26, I feel like a part of me wants to like not have to be as much of an adult as I am. Yeah. I had little parts of it like throughout my 20s, but now it was like all at once I have these expectations.
It's like weird because you have these like internal coming of age moments and you're like, oh wow, like I have to start.
Yeah, like this is it. Like this is adulthood.
Like now I'm like, okay, Ahla, you're gonna be 27 soon. Like you should probably start matching your socks. And it's like an actual like life like grown up thing I had in my mind this morning. I was like, you really have to.
I love that.
So I matched my socks today.
Oh yay! I'm mad that my like come to moment is, oh yeah, you have to pay a lot of bills when you come in adult. And you're like, I guess I gotta start matching my socks at some point.
I know. What do you think like social media's impact has been on this? Like, I don't know. We didn't grow up with social media.
Yeah. And social media has a really big impact on our beliefs and our values as a society. And and so when not only are you're comparing yourself to yourself and where you thought you want to be and where your family thinks they want you to be at this age and where your siblings and peers and friends want you to be at this age, but then with the addition of social media you're comparing yourself to strangers and people you barely knew in high school or college or wherever. That makes it even harder to try to just see where you measure up when you're like comparing yourself to like the people who are physically around you, but then all these people who are digitally around you.
It's crazy because you go on Instagram for just a minute and you'll just scroll down and you're already picking up like things so fast. Like baby, dog, house,
engagement, wedding,
this, that. And you're literally like being flooded by so many images of all of your peers. Yeah. And that's already gonna be psychologically damaging. That's why they say depression and anxiety has gone to an all-time highs because of social media. You know why I take my social media breaks all the time. Like I'll literally be off the grid off Instagram for like 4 months at a time because I'm like, nope, I've had enough. Like I can't.
Whereas I am a junkie and I cannot get enough.
Yeah. For me, it's like a mental thing that I'm like, I'm not. Like I just had this fun trip. I went here. I'm not gonna post it because it was for me. It wasn't for everyone else.
And maybe that's the difference of when you get older. since you are sensei,
I'm so
5 months older than me, maybe we will stop living for others' opinions and thoughts about us as much. Like, there's always this, like, feeling of, like, needing approval from somebody, right? If it's not a parent, it's a sibling. If it's not a sibling, it's a friend. If it's not a friend, it's a employer or a random person on the internet nowadays. But I think when you get older, that starts to shed a little bit. Now that we've discussed some of the, like, hardships and realizations we've had to make because of growing up and getting older and being 26, let's talk about some of the benefits and some of the beauties that we've found in getting older. The older I get, the more that I get to check off on this, like, metaphorical list of things that I want to do in my life. And even in a year of like 26 where I feel like it's a plateau year, I'm still checking things off, like day by day. Just the older you get, the more that you can actually meet the goals that you want to meet, and to have the opportunity, to have the, like, the health and the education and the support to be able to continue working towards those goals. Like, that I don't take for granted either.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the best thing about this. And becoming more mature to, like, be very grateful for it.
Yeah.
When we were younger, I feel like anything that would happen that was like felt detrimental to my life.
Absolutely.
And as I'm getting older, I'm just like, nah, this is life. Like, we all go through ups and downs. Like, why am I gonna think that it's not gonna happen to me? Like, why do I think I'm not gonna be going through some stuff like other people do? So you take the good with the good and you take the bad in stride. I was gonna ask you, what do you say to someone who, like, doesn't feel like they've met their goals at this time? Because you're saying, you know, I'm 26, I met these goals. But what if someone who's 26 and is like, I didn't meet any of the goals I meet? Like, what do you say to someone like that?
I mean, I feel like you have to set goals that are realistic to your context and the situations that you're in. Everyone's, like, context is, like, really different. So I think this is easier said than done, coming from a place where we, like, got our degrees and we're, like, working professionals and we work full time and stuff. So I think it's easier said than done, because other people have other hardships that maybe we didn't have, and we had hardships that maybe other people didn't have.
Well, that brings another point, and this is a genuine question because I go through this struggle. How do you say, this is what I've accomplished and I'm proud of myself, but then you know that others may not feel the same? How do you kind of reconcile that?
Like, how do you acknowledge your own successes without, like, making somebody else not feel as great about their own? Dang, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends how you're, like, celebrating your successes, right? Like, if you're doing it in some braggadocious type of way on social media, for example, right? Versus, like, if you're taking the time out of every day to, like, to be mindful and to, like, reflect, like, at the end of every day, if you, like, reflect, if you journal, if you just somehow take a moment to express to yourself personally and privately how you feel you're doing and where you are, like, that's one way to do it without, like, maybe somehow disrespecting somebody else. And that's tough, right? Yeah, because if you have friends who maybe aren't where they want to be, then it's tough to be able to, like, sit there and be like, like, you know, I hit this goal and I hit that goal. So sometimes, not everything is for other people to hear. Like, sometimes as long as you just say it to yourself and, like, acknowledge it to yourself, then, like, that's what matters. Because it's gonna be important to acknowledge your successes too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to feel like I can't celebrate my own success because I'm worried that it's gonna hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah, but I don't think people think like you, Samantha. That's why why you're able to navigate social media the way you do and still be of, like, intact sounding mind, because other people literally get depressed with this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I think that's why I was just like, I don't know. I think some people need to check themselves and their intentions. Also, people who are viewing it need to check themselves too. Like, okay, before you go on Instagram, even if you have to do a mantra before you, like, go on social media, like, okay, you are awesome, you're doing your goals, All right, go on
or set a boundary, like, okay, to
either
either not be on it at all,
yeah,
or, you know, to actually, like, take a break from it. So the older we get, the more we have to, like, accept that we need to live for ourselves first.
Yeah. Well, Samantha and I were just talking about, like, how we grew up and our parents' expectations of us, and of course that puts expectations on ourselves and stuff like that. So, you know, we're 26, and, like, a lot of people are, I think, mostly just waiting for that next step, which is probably, like, a significant other and some kids. And so it's just really funny because, like, we were just talking about, like, this is where our parents have expected us to be, like, by this age, and it's, like, crazy to know that, like, we're living in that, and
it's not there yet.
Yeah.
For us. Definitely when I was younger, like, I thought 26, 27, 28, that was gonna be my time.
To be a mom?
To be married,
mom.
To definitely be a mom by that time, for sure. I've accepted, like, I'll take 30.
Like, the women have that whole ticking thing, like, you know, your body's ticking. Like, it's, you know, as far as, like, having kids goes.
Yeah. So not only are you have your own expectations that you're trying to meet, then you have these values coming from your family that, like, being a mom is, like, all that matters, low key. Yeah. and then you have these societal values, and then you have like scientific values, like these scientific expectations that like, no, biology means that, you know, after a certain age it becomes more dangerous to have children. I feel like that's, as much as like I can meet my goals professionally, you know, have steady friendships, have a good like relationship with my family, like meeting all these other, like checking off all these other boxes. In the back of my mind, like, because I don't have that romantic box checked at this time in my life, I feel like I'm like more behind than where I should be. Like that holds a lot more weight. And it probably holds a lot more weight because I haven't checked it off. Because there's more of this like internal biological clock that's ticking, that like if I don't meet that at a certain age, I'm gonna feel like a failure. We're doing everything we can to like check off every other box to be deemed successful. That one is still holds me back a little bit, low-key.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we try to work against it, and we are working against it. Shouts out to feminism, but like it's still hard.
Looking for a partner requires like an effort from two people. So that's the tough part, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm
ready to.
I'm gonna sign up for classes in the fall. Yeah, for your own personal gain, but like you can't just be like, I'm gonna get married in October of 20.
Yeah, somebody else has to want to marry you.
You have to have another person in the picture, and that's why I tell myself that's the hardest thing. I think is because there's another person involved. That's why it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
So
that's a nice way to think about it. Doing like this, doing YouTube was a huge like goal that I'm glad we've been able to work towards.
Yeah.
Achieving.
Proud of us for that.
Yeah.
Talked about it for many years.
I know. So I'm glad we like finally did it at 26. 26 was our year for this.
So keep doing what you're doing, because life is not gonna be the same for everyone. As long as you own yourself, you own your story, and that's that on that.
As long as you have a support or some supports in your life that help you along the way, you'll be okay.
Yep.
And you'll reach your finish line when it's meant to be for you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
26! If you enjoyed our conversation, make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, share it with other friends. We can all wallow in our 26 pity together. Yeah. And follow us on Samahla Says,
where we say a lot of things. We do.
We'll catch you at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Salam.
Peace.
Peace.